welcome to another episode of the Cozy Cottage Crochet Podcast. My name is Hannah. This is Nova, and this is a podcast all about crochet, a little bit of knitting, sometimes sewing, and generally living the yarniest life possible in St. Petersburg, Florida, where I live. I know, it's been 3 weeks. I know. Last week was ridiculous, but I did vlog. I had some vlogs go up last week, so if you were feeling like you missed the podcast, there was some content, a lot of this one in particular. I was really sick on Thursday. She was really cranky on Thursday. There was just no way we could get a podcast recorded last week. But we're feeling a little better today. Today is Thursday, June something, 22nd, 23rd, 22nd, I think. And you'll see this on Saturday the 24th. If you're looking for me anywhere on the interweb, you can find me as the Cozy Cottage Crochet on Instagram and Facebook. You can find our Ravelry group for this podcast. It is the Cozy Cottage Crochet Podcast group on Ravelry. It's all linked directly down below. And if you have anything to say about the podcast in particular, you want to contact me, questions, comments, concerns, any of that, email me at thecozycottagecrochet@gmail.com. That's the best way to ensure that I see your message. I want more. That's all the pouch there is. Maybe there's a couple more zips. I squeeze it. Do you want to show off your pretty shirt? Stand up for 1 second. Special shout out to Courtney, who sent us a box of her daughter's clothing that fits Nova or will fit Nova shortly. And this is one of the shirts. What color is it?
Pink and black.
Pink and black. Do you like it?
Yeah.
I like it too. So, I have 2 pairs of socks to talk about. I have one knit sweater that is finished. Yes, I said finished.
These are mine.
Yes, you can use those until I need them, okay? And I have one crochet cardigan. The knitting content, oh, thank you. I don't need it yet. You want to hold it for now? You want me to hold it? Suck blocker. There's more knitting than crochet this time because my hands have been killing me again. Oh, well, I'll hold them. I'm happy to hold them. I don't know why. It's something about the ligaments, like something about crochet is really bothering my hand. Because it's been 3 weeks. The first week I did quite a bit on my heckler cardigan, which I will show you. And then my hands started bothering me for the last 2 weeks, and I have not crocheted in like 2 weeks because something about that motion kills my hands. And I don't know what it is. I did not have this with Nova when I was pregnant. I was so tired I barely crocheted or knit anything when I was pregnant with Nova. But I didn't have this problem with my hands hurting so much. But I do remember a long time ago when I was listening to the Knit More Girls podcast all the way back from the beginning, when she was pregnant with her kids, she couldn't knit at all. Like her hands just hurt the whole time, which is crazy. So that is why there's more knitting. For some reason, the motion of knitting is not hurting my hands. You showing off your pretzel?
Yeah.
A pretzel, 2 pretzels. Wow. I can knit and I can purl no problem at the moment. But what I can't do, you know what hurts my hands? Garter stitch. Because the cardigan that I knit has garter stitch border and sleeve cuffs, and that hurt my hands just as much as crochet. And I cannot tell you why. I have no idea.
2 pretzels.
2 pretzels. Oh my gosh, 2 pretzels. I don't want to eat it. I'm talking. I can't talk with a mouthful. Why do we not talk with a mouthful?
We choke.
Because you might choke, yes. It has nothing to do with being rude. I mean, no one likes to see a mouthful of food, but the real reason is so you don't inhale your food and die. Much more dark. Much more. What? All of it? You're putting a whole pretzel in your mouth?
Yeah, we take bites.
Yes, we do take bites. So I'm going to start with the socks. Then we'll go on to the knit cardigan that's finished. It is finished, except, so it's really only finished. I haven't sewn on the buttons yet. It was drying on the blocking, that's all night. So I'm going to start with the sock that I have been working on the most. In fact, I have an entire sock done. One whole sock has been completed since you last saw this. This is an Eeyore bag. It's from my favorite bag maker of all time, Slip Stitch Studios, which is closing.
It's one pretzel.
Just one pretzel because you ate the other one? Oh, only one left. I'm eternally sad that they're closing, but I get it. But I have 4 of their sock bags now, so I should be good for a while. I have this one, I have a leopard one that my friend Emmy gave me, and then I have my 2 original ones, which is one that I bought that had rainbow.
I have one more.
More pretzels! It's almost like you have a whole cup of them on the table. Wow! A rainbow llama corn one, and then years ago, my friend Claudia of the Crochet Luna podcast gave me one that has popsicles and ice cream on it, and that sock bag has been all over the world with me. So it has held up. I love it so much. If you can get your hands on a Slip Stitch Studios sock bag, or any kind of bag, highly worth every penny. I cannot say enough good things about them. You might fall. Don't push it with your feet, okay? Because you'll shake the whole camera. So what is living in this bag is my hospital socks, which I am making myself a pair of socks to wear in the hospital after this baby Noah, is going to be born. We still have not decided on a middle name. I'll let you know when we do. The yarn I'm using, did you hurt your foot? Uh-oh, do you need a kiss? Well, you can come over here. Let me kiss this foot. Oh, let me see it. Which foot is it? This stinky toes? This one?
Yeah.
The yarn is from Malia Made It, and she had a surprise sock set inspired by The Mandalorian, and I bought it because I made a pair of Hufflepuff socks for myself to wear in the hospital when Nova was born. I just thought that was like so fun. Also way better than the hospital socks. What is that? Oh, spinach. Felt spinach from your pizza collection. And this is called Foundling Family. So this is the main color, and this is the mini that goes with it, obviously representing Baby Yoda. And it's so sweet. It is 75% merino, 25% nylon. And I have finished a whole sock.
I love it.
You love it? I love it too. Here, this is what I'm going to use the sock blocker for. You ready? I'm going to put it on here so we can see the sock in all its glory.
Whoa.
I don't think 3 weeks, I can't remember if I had even cast this on last time. But if I had, only a little bit was done. So actually, maybe I was here. There's a stitch marker. Maybe I was here last time, but I'm not really sure. Oh, don't pull it, don't pull it, don't pull it, don't pull it, don't pull it. It will come out.
No.
And unravel. Then there won't be a sock. So this whole sock is done. I did 15 rounds of 2x2 ribbing, 6 inches from here to here before I started the heel. I put in a fish lips kiss heel, and then I knit the foot, and the foot, that one doesn't fit because it's got knitting needles in it, baby. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, baby, no. It doesn't fit. I used sock ruler.
Okay, you have it.
You can have it when I'm done talking about it, okay? This is the sock ruler from Slip Stitch Studios. I've been talking about it for a couple of times now. I'm gonna keep talking about it because I think it's amazing. And I have, in fact, tried it fully on a sock now, and I am convinced it's amazing. So this new one, it has purple and kind of like a mint green and a pink one that you can order, and I will leave a link directly down below to these so you can get them. It is a sock ruler that tells you where to put in the toe or the heel for kid sizes, women's size, and men's size, and on the other side has a ruler. So I did that. I used this for this sock, and it fits perfectly. I definitely think I've been making my socks too short. I usually knit about a 5.5 inch foot before I start the toe. That's not including the heel. You did it. And the sock ruler for a size 8, which I am. Mommy's not quite done yet. You can have it as soon as I'm done, okay? Actually,
Where's that strawberry?
I have 2. You can have this one. How about that? You can have this one. Boop. Boop.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This one.
On the sock ruler, it's about 5 3/4 inches that I need to knit for a size 8. And this, I tried it on as soon as I had bound it off, or kitchenered the toe. It fits my foot perfectly compared to the socks I just finished. And by just, I mean several months ago. But yes, I do need a longer foot. So the sock ruler is perfect. And if you want to go on inches, it has inches and centimeters on the back. And these are US shoe sizes on the front. But it was so simple to just shove this in the heel and then just be like, oh, nope, not yet. We still have a ways to go. And then I did a rounded toe.
I'll go around my wrist.
Around your wrist.
Yeah.
Go.
This here.
This stitch marker and this one.
It's
a little hard to see.
I can't
You're showing everyone your bracelet?
Yeah.
You got a sock ruler bracelet?
No.
Is it fun?
Go.
It's not fun? It's terrible?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry you got shown something terrible. From here, including the heel, all the way to here, I actually knit this 2 weekends ago when I had a chance to go to Yarn Lounge in Orlando. This is the only project I took, and because I really want to work on this.
What happened?
Nothing happened to it. It's supposed to be like that. Boop.
Go around my.
I will put it around your arm one more time. If you take it off, I'm not going to put it back on. There you go. You're welcome. I really wanted to work on this so that I can guarantee that these get done and don't take 6 months to finish, because I don't have 6 months. We're officially in the 3rd trimester today. So all of that I knit in one day.
What happened?
You took it off. Then the rest of it. So I'm just really happy with these. And that's not all. I started another one. And I'm like a fair amount of the way through the leg already. So I have about another inch of leg and then the entire foot, which is pretty exciting. Then I'll have 2 finished socks. And I will wash them and I will put them away so that I can wear them in the hospital.
Now you do this one.
When the baby comes. So I'm really happy. Really, really happy with that sock.
No, that's not.
You may play with this one. That's sock number 1. Sock number 2 seriously has had almost no work done because all of my sock focus has been on the other one. It's a pair of Rue socks. This is in the Rue colorway. It's a self-striping yarn from a lovely viewer of this podcast who sent this to me named Leslie. Cupcake yarns?
Okay,
Did you say cupcake yarns?
guys.
Yeah. It's 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it's a self-striping. These are shorty socks. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. These are shorty socks. I cannot put them on the sock walker because they're still on the needles. I have maybe half a stripe or another stripe to knit, and then it will be ready for the toe. Literally, the last time you saw these, it was at the red stripe, and now I'm almost all the way through the blue stripe. So 1 stripe has been added to this sock. But I will get back to this once the hospital socks are finished. We're kind of on a deadline for those. Here, I am done with the sock blocker. Would you like to have it?
Yeah.
So that is sock number 2. The next project I had to show you, I suppose, will be the crochet cardigan because Nova has just handed me this. This is living in a bag that my friend Amanda gave me, and it's full of yarn that my friend Amanda gave me. And with the button, it says Best Crochet Mama. It's from my friend Claudia. Crochet Luna podcast, and if you're not following her, you should, obviously. And also, she makes the most amazing buttons. And I saw something that you have other kinds of merchandise now. Claudia, do you? I have to look into this. I'll link her Etsy shop down below.
What is in there?
This is a cardigan and it's very fragile, so that means Nova cannot touch it, okay? Yeah, okay. I worked on this. I can't get you up. You got in, you can get out. I worked on this. I got several inches. Excuse me. yes, of the body done. I then worked on the sleeves to get them to the same length as the body.
I need to poo.
You need to poop?
Yeah.
Okay.
I poo.
You pooped. Good job. High five. So I worked several inches on this cardigan.
2 pretzels.
And then I worked the sleeves.
1, 2 pretzels.
2 pretzels. And then I decided I did not like the way that the body was fitting because it was kind of flaring out under the arms. And I thought about it for like a couple hours, but I just knew that it wasn't going to make me happy. So I ripped it back. So it's gonna look like I don't have much progress on this, but I did. I worked several inches on the body before my hands started killing me again. And now it's not there anymore, but the sleeves are a little longer. So I'm gonna try and show it to you, even though it has all this yarn attached. So you can see this is all wound back up into a ball. That's the body one. The sleeve ones are attached via plastic baggies and chip clips. See if I can get it on. So this is about the length of the body the last time you saw it. Okay, don't get in there, please.
Doesn't know.
And I like it. The neckline is like slightly wider than I would normally go for, but you can see that it was like right here. So pretty good. I'm kind of a firm believer that you need some sleeve to really gauge how the body's going to fit. That's a little sheep. It says stitch marker. Keeping the sweater from unraveling. And once I added the sleeves, the flare on the body became really obvious. So there's a row of increases under here that add like 2.5 inches. And there are more increases after that, which I hadn't gotten to yet. And so this was going out sideways. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like how it looked. I didn't like how it felt. I wasn't happy with it. And I was like, oh, should I keep going? Because it's really beautiful. And I wanted to keep going because it's really beautiful. But I just know I'm not going to wear it. And I don't have enough time to be dedicating to a sweater that I'm not going to be happy with the fit of. I know that lots of people love A-line things. I'm not one of them. I prefer kind of a straight seam, even with a little bit of inward shaping. A straight silhouette is more flattering on my body, I believe. And that leads me to, why did I pick this cardigan? I think I need to stop calling it the Hecla cardigan because I'm making so many modifications.
Oh.
Here, Mama's taking it off. Be very gentle, please, so it doesn't come unraveled.
From now on, I'll call you
My watch keeps thinking I'm talking to it all day and I don't understand why. So, as you can see, this stitch marker is where I was. I knit down to here and then ripped it back. So, okay, don't yank on it. Don't yank on it. No, 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 no. It's gonna rip.
No, it didn't.
It's going to rip and I cannot let you rip my cardigan.
No.
Are you still eating your snack? Okay. I'm going to hide this in a bag. Less of a temptation. I was almost to starting color number 3 when I ripped it out. I'm so sad. Oh look, a pretzel in my lap. So I'm almost gonna not call this the Hecla cardigan anymore. And maybe I should call it the Hecklish cardigan because I'm just making so many modifications. This is what it looks like in real life. So as you can see, it does kind of have A-line shaping. So you increase, 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 and then you start decreasing so that it opens like that. I don't want it to open like that. Like the reason I wear a sweater or a cardigan is so that I can close it and be cozy, not so it can open. It's too hot here for me to just throw on a cardigan just because. Like I'm gonna be wearing it because I'm either in air conditioning that's too cold or it's like fall or winter. So I was already planning on not including the decreases on the body of the sweater and just making it go straight down. But now I'm also going to omit some of the increases and just work straight down. I'm going to work straight down. Wait, 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 I'm not ready yet. Wait, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. We talked about what are you gonna do if you get bored in Mommy's podcasting? Play with your toys, that's right. What was I saying? I don't know. It's gonna be a straight down silhouette. I may even add a couple of decreases, like a little bit of waist shaping right here. Once I rework the portion that I ripped out, I should be right next to the amount of time or the amount of space that I need.
Look, I got instruments.
You got instruments?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of racket, I can already tell.
Look, man.
You gonna sing Jingle Bells?
I am not. I'm singing Fuzzy Ducky Walk.
You're singing what?
Fuzzy Ducky Walk.
I don't know what that means.
That's it, Fuzzy Ducky Walk.
So we'll see. I'm also going to be adding some decreases to the sleeves. The pattern as written does not have any decreases built into the sleeves, which I don't love. So I'm about here on the sleeves on me. So I'm gonna start adding some decreasing. I need to figure out how much I want it to decrease. Maybe 1 inch or 2 inches by the wrist. So I need to work out the math of how often that will be to decrease. Look where you're going, please. So yeah, I'm going to be adding decreases to the sleeves. I'm omitting increases and decreases from the body. And I have not decided what I'm doing with the collar and neckline yet. That kind of wide collar is, I can tell already that's good. It's too wide for me to be comfortable with. Playing with the drum. That is too loud, too loud, too loud. You gotta play with something quiet. How about your ducks? Or your pizza, or your babies? You're gonna go in the kitchen and bang on that. If you wanna bang. So I'm gonna be doing all that and figuring out something to do with the collar treatment that will also not be like the pattern. So basically I'm not making the pattern. I just follow the numbers for the yoke.
It's quiet.
Those are quieter, those bells. So yeah, that's my hecklish cardigan. Nova. Too loud for right now, okay? You either need to go in the kitchen with your instruments or put them away and find another toy. That's the only crochet project. And I'm sorry I can't show you more progress on it. It just got done. So the last project I have to show you is a finish. And it is version number 2 of my super bulky Grandpa cardigan by Hoagie Locatelli. You can see, this is my little chart of rows. This is also a chart of rows for the whole body. It is done. It is finished. And last time you saw it, neither sleeve was done and only a tiny bit of the body was done. So I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna show you. It is still ever so slightly damp because I soaked it yesterday. And then I laid it flat to dry on some mats. And then it was underneath the ceiling fan all night long. I haven't even tried it on yet. It's still a little bit damp under the underarms. This is what the original one was supposed to be before it got into the dryer. Look at me saying it got into the dryer like I didn't intentionally put it in the dryer. It's very beautiful, but if you want to play those, you need to go shake them in the kitchen. Kitchen.
No.
Well then, find a quieter toy. Haven't even tried it on yet, but I can tell you this is what the original one was supposed to be. The sleeves are slightly too long actually because of blocking. This yarn, it is not superwash. You may come blow this on camera for 1 second and then you have to go in the kitchen or Mama's gonna take it. It is, what kind of yarn is this? It was a really unique, what happened was, I got this yarn at Rhinebeck. I made the first super bulky Grampa cardigan. I promptly felted it. And then I ordered the same, that was quiet, thank you. I ordered some new yarn to make the exact same sweater. This yarn is a 3-ply merino rambouillet in the colorway Monster Mash. It was dyed by Cece's wool. And like I said, the first batch I got at Rhinebeck, probably felted my sweater or begged her to dye me some more because it was a Rhinebeck only colorway. She did, I was so grateful. And this yarn is super duper soft, but it's not super wash. And one of the reasons that I thought it was is because when I put it in the water, it grew like super wash. Like it stretched like nobody's business. I was like, oh, of course it's super wash. No, it is not. Which is why my first cardigan got felted. But this is what it was supposed to be, which y'all never got to see because you never got to see it on. So the shawl collar is like huge and perfect. Ooh. It's right below, see if I can show you where it comes down to. Almost my hip. I can't close it all, I can close it, but I can't close it all the way because I have a baby bump here. But by the time I can actually wear this, because it's bulky weight yarn, I will not have a baby bump anymore. The baby will be out. So I think it will be perfect. The underarms, there's extra room. The sleeves are a little long, which I could always roll them up if I need to. And it will be perfect. It's just everything that I wanted it to be originally. And I'm so excited. I should have, I hope that isn't breaking your eardrums. I should have brought the other one, version number 1, out to show you the difference between this and the felted one, because it's not super duper felted and it still fits me, that cardigan. It's just felted enough to be uncomfortable in the underarm, to be ever so slightly too short. Because like before I washed this, the sleeves were like here, which is fine. But after it felted the first one, the sleeves were like here, which I hate because I always am pulling them. So it just made it like half an inch to an inch too small in every area. So I can't wear it. But this is, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. Let me show you where I was last time. Guys, y'all aren't gonna believe. This is the project that I've been working on. I was like here. So I knit the entire body, then I knit one whole sleeve, and then another whole sleeve. And this 12 rows of garter stitch at the bottom killed me. It took me longer to knit the garter stitch on the cuffs and the hem than it did to like knit half the body because it was hurting my hand. So I would do like a row and then I would do something else. So it took forever. But oh my gosh, I love it. I went to Joann Fabrics hoping against hope that they had the same buttons that I used last time. And they did. So I haven't sewed them on yet. That is going to be a project for today. They're the gray buttons. They actually had only 2 of these left. I got the last button, so there only needs 3 buttons on the sweater. So I'm gonna put 3 of them on and then sew 1 on the inside of the sweater as an extra. It is a 1 1/8 inch or 28 millimeter button. I see you. Were you eating the drumstick? I'm not surprised. The only thing I'm going to say is I'm not entirely convinced about these buttonholes. And this is what I mean. On the first one, I didn't love the placement of the buttonhole, but I had modified it a little bit. On this one, I followed the pattern as written for the buttonhole. I just made the buttonhole slightly larger because I'm making this in bulky weight yarn instead of super bulky. So right here is buttonhole number 1. And it's really, to me, it's really close. Like, shouldn't it be in the middle? I don't know. I had it in the middle the first time and this was like pulling, which I didn't love. But this, I feel like, I don't know. It's like a weird place to put a buttonhole. I may tack the buttons down and then put them through the holes and then see how it looks. because there is a possibility that I sew these buttonholes closed and make new ones. There's also a possibility that I don't care. Oh, I don't even want to take this off. It's just the best.
Hey, Daddy!
Sorry. Interruptions as usual. My husband came out on his work break and Nova was like, you want to take me on a walk? So they went outside. So that gives me like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to talk to you uninterrupted, depending on how quickly they are walking. So what can I say? I feel like I've said everything that can be said about this cardigan, but I'm so delighted with it. It is going nowhere near a dryer ever in its life. It's perfect in every way. I am delighted with this cardigan, minus the weird buttonholes. But, I mean, will I ever wear it completely buttoned? I don't know. So yeah, it's perfect. I love it. It's cozy. This is very much my style. Just slightly oversized. I don't love super fitted things on top. I much prefer like leggings and looser shirts. So tight on bottom, loose on top. The sleeves about to my thumb knuckle. That's where I like my sleeves to go on pretty much everything. Just a little bit loose and a big shawl collar. That is like peak Hannah aesthetic. So for this to come out so perfectly makes it worth knitting it twice. Is all I can say about that. I want to show you how much yarn I have left. So this is what I had left from the second order of yarn. This one. This, I believe, was left over from the first cardigan. And then all of these tiny little balls. Because I was alternating skeins on the first and second cardigan, so that gave me a little bit of extra. So I'm assuming that all of this together is like one of these. I don't know how much this weighs. I can make one super ball out of this and felt it together because this yarn is not superwash. So I should be able to easily felt this into one cake of yarn. But I don't know how much yarn is left, but enough. And I also have this 1 4-ounce skein that I will make maybe a matching hat or something to wear with. When I had originally bought this at Rhinebeck, I had bought 4 8-ounce skeins, I believe. I think that's what I bought. And because I was regrading this cardigan pattern from super bulky to bulky weight yarn, I really didn't know how much yarn I would need. And obviously 4 was plenty. However, I like panic went back the next day and was like, let me just get one small 4-inch skein just in case, because it would be the worst if I get to the end of this cardigan and can't finish it, because this is a Rhinebeck specific colorway and it won't be dyed anymore. Little did I know I was gonna have to beg for more yarn anyways. So this one has not even been touched. So when I reordered the yarn, I ordered 3 8-ounce skeins from her, which she dyed, and then I just used some of the leftover from the previous cardigan to alternate skeins. I'm in love with it. This is just a delightful thing to have and to wear. It is a little warm. The air conditioning is on in my house and it's a little bit cloudy today, but oh my gosh, it was like 90 something degrees. It's perfect in every way. And now I have to clean this bag out. It's had 2 sweaters worth of projects in there. Yarn, needles, stitch markers, all kinds of nonsense is in this bag. But it's such a massive bag. It's from Bee Woolen. It's from my friend Emmy. And once I clean this out, there will be another sweater in there. I'm trying to decide. The reason I want this to be done is A, I just need it to be done. B, I want to swatch and cast on for my V-neck boxy, which is another pattern by Joji Locatelli, which I also got yarn for at Rhinebeck last year. Before this baby comes, we have 12 weeks officially left today. So give or take, we have 10, 11 weeks, who knows? So I need to swatch and get that on the needles so that I have only stockinette in the round to work on after the baby is born, because I know I will not have any brain space. But I'm trying to decide, should I dedicate some focus before I do that to my mix and match cardigan, which is the pink one, because it is down to like my high hip area already. So I don't know how much more knitting on the body, but maybe like 4 or 5 more inches, plus sleeves, plus the collar. So there's still a lot of knitting on that, but I feel like I could make some significant progress on that. I feel like I can also make some really significant progress on the Hecla cardigan, especially if I'm just going straight down, and at least maybe get the body done and then worry about the collar later. I'm feeling like I have get stuff done energy, but I also want to start all the new things, and I don't know how to balance that at the moment. I also am feeling like a little claustrophobic because the construction on our house is not done. Their estimate is still the middle of July, so like 3 more weeks from now. The drywall actually got delivered today, so next week, all week, they're gonna be here doing drywall, tile. It's gonna be a huge step forward. So they really are almost done. However, I want to prepare. Like, I'm not even gonna say it's nesting energy. I just need to be a little more organized. Like, this place is a disaster because there's construction going on. I can't get to anything. Nova's closet, if I open it, will have an avalanche. I have to go through everything in her closet and pull out the stuff that I need for the new baby, but I can't because there, A, is nowhere for it to go, and I can't go through it because there's construction. So I can't do any of the things that I need to do and want to do, which is stressing me out. Like, I have all the newborn stuff, like the boppy pillow and the nursing stuff, and like all of that is in her closet, and I need to get it out and wash it and go through it and prepare it, and I can't because I don't have anywhere to put it. And if I bring it out, she's guaranteed to take over it. So I'm just like I'm like stuck in a holding pattern, which is driving me nuts. It's really driving me nuts. I really need them to be done because there's things that have to be done before this baby comes, such as Nova is going to move into a new room, which means we have to build a bed for her, and we have to redo the closet in that room because it's not safe for a kid. Right now it's just crammed full of all the stuff that came out of our room. But like, we can't physically do that until the construction is done. And the construction's not gonna be done until I'm like 7 months pregnant today. 8 months pregnant. And guess who is the person who puts together furniture in my house? I like it. I really like putting together furniture. My husband hates it. But there's no way I can put together a bunk bed at 8 months pregnant. Like, it's not gonna happen. So I think what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to read the instructions and like tell him how to do it, and he's gonna have to do it, which is probably a recipe for a fight. But physically, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. And he hates putting together, it's just the whole thing. So I'm a little stressed about trying to get not everything done, but like anything done to be prepared. None of us have been sleeping well. It's just sleeping on the couch. I'm sleeping on the bed in his office. Neither of us are comfortable. Nova's not sleeping well. Last week, she barely napped at all. Something's going on in her brain. She's been napping this week, but only for like 45 minutes to an hour, which is really short for her, which makes her cry her eyes out before bed. Also, in a super fun news, she's potty trained, right? Like, she hasn't had an accident in like a month when she's awake. I put her in a pull-up at nap time. She's 2.5. I'm not worried about her like holding it during nap time. I put her in a diaper at nighttime because the pull-up is not hold enough pee. She has discovered how to take off her sleep sack, which she is in a sleep sack so that she will not climb out of the crib. But I cannot move her into another bed because the room is not done. This is also stressing me out. I can't move her out of the crib until the room is done to put her bed in. And it's not yet. But she knows how to take her sleep sack off now. Okay, she knows how to take her sleep sack off. Is she gonna climb out? I don't know. Well, what she has started doing instead is taking her sleep sack off and her pants and her diaper. She did it a couple nap times. So I started zipping her into the sleep sack backwards and inside out, which worked, but she had never done it at night. Until last night, I look over on the monitor. She was supposed to be sleeping, and all I see is a naked baby butt in the air. Just naked butt up in the air, full on mooning the camera. And I was like, And I went in there, she had maybe had it off for 10 minutes since the last time I looked at the monitor. So I had to change her sheets because she took everything off and peed in the crib. And I'm like, I was planning on taking her out of the sleep sack when she gets into her big girl bed, because she might be too hot and I want her to be able to like get up if she needs to. And now I'm like, do I need to keep her in the sleep sack? Do I need to buy different pajamas for her? Like zip up pajamas and zip her in them backwards so she can't take her diaper off at night? Because while she might have the bladder control to hold it during a nap at this age, there's no way her bladder muscles can hold it all night long. Like that's just unrealistic at this age. So she must keep her diaper on. Drama, y'all. This is the drama that is in my house. So that is where I'm at with the construction. The room, it's coming along. The roof is done. The ceiling is insulated. The windows are in, except for the one where they're going back and forth and passing supplies through. The drywall got delivered this morning. They're going to be here all next week doing drywall and tile. We have to go maybe tomorrow night to Home Depot and get paint for our room, the room that's being done. We need to get a ceiling fan. Oh, we need to get faucets for the vanity. And we need to get the closet, the wire shelving for the closet for the room that is being built, and the room that Nova will be going into, because that closet is a disaster. We have done 2 closets in this house, both of which were a nightmare when we moved in. So we've been slowly doing a closet, and they're not walk-in closets. They're like little in the wall closets. Such a pain, such a pain to do. So we've got to do hers though, because what's in there is not safe. But it's never mattered because she's never been in there. So yeah, we've got to get all of that. Like I can see the finish line, but it's not close enough for comfort. I wish this baby would have waited like another month, 2 months to pop into my body. But it's not. That's not how it happened. So yeah. Fun news. I went to Yarn Lounge a couple of weeks ago, as I said before. I went with my friend Sherry, who is a yarn baby. And by yarn baby, I mean she just learned how to crochet not that long ago. She finished her first project, which was a blanket. The dedication. I'm blown away. So I asked if she wanted to go to Yarn Lounge with me, which is like a little tiny yarn market and hangout session this one was in Orlando. I wasn't planning on going because I thought I had to work that day, but then it turned out I didn't have to work, and Josiah, whatever he was doing that day, got canceled. So he stayed with Nova, and I went to Yarn Lounge, and I got to meet Ronnie, who is a patron and a friend and a viewer of this podcast for a long time. And it was so lovely to see you, Ronnie. We spent all day at Yarn Lounge, like 4 or 5 hours, and then we went to dinner. And also, I got to see Caleisha of the Quirky Monday Craftcast, who I love so much. Caleisha, I love you dearly. It was just a delight to see you. And that's twice I've seen you this year. Once at Yarn Lounge and once at Distaff Day in January. Makes me so happy. And yeah, it was just delightful. I did actually buy something. Not at Yarn Lounge. There's a new yarn store in Orlando called Knitcessities. And so we checked that out. Sherry and I did before we went to Yarn Lounge. And as I said, I'm not really buying yarn this year because there's too many expenses. I can't even get to my yarn stash, truly. Everything in our house is a nightmare right now. But Knitcessities had this ball of yarn, this skein of yarn, that I wanted to buy at Distaff Day in Orlando from String Theory Yarns, but they didn't have this specific colorway, so I didn't end up buying anything at Distaff Day. And Knitcessities had it, and I was like, it's meant to be. So it came home with me. One ball of yarn from String Theory Colorworks. Data, which is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. Colorway is Stark Effect, and it is a self-striping sock yarn. This is what I wanted at Distaff Day in January, and I couldn't get it. So the stripe pattern is fuchsia, orange, yellow, radioactive, which might be green, aqua, iris, and all of those stripes are divided by black. This is gonna be amazing. Is it gonna be socks? I don't know. It might be a hat or a cowl or something, because I feel like this needs to be next to my face. I understand that this colorway is Stark Effect, but I feel like it should be called Glowworm because it's amazing. I feel like you should be wearing this to an ice skating rink. Not an ice skating, roller skating. It's magical. I saw it and I was like, I have to buy it. It was meant to be. 6 months later, I find the one skein of yarn that I couldn't find. It's the whole thing. And the other thing I bought is something that I really needed. A new container of soak. I have one of these already that I got at my local yarn store before I closed, and I'm down to like all the very end. I used like almost all that was left to soak this yesterday. And this is soak in the colorway Pineapple Grove. My absolute favorite. Oh, it smells so good. That's all I bought at Yarn Lounge, other than a hot dog from a hot dog lady. It was so much fun to go. And on the way home, I drove through one of the craziest rainstorms I think I've driven in years. We were driving through Lakeland, which if you know anything about Florida, Lakeland, Polk County, that area is the lightning capital of the world. Florida in general is the lightning capital of the world, but like that specific area is the lightning capital of the world. It was lightning like 3 huge bolts in the sky at once. And I don't mean like flashes. I mean like you could see the lightning bolts coming down. It was raining so hard that everyone on I-4, which is an interstate, was driving about 30 miles an hour. I was following the reflectors on the road. It was fine. It actually rained so hard that it started leaking in our car, which is crazy. Sherry had to put a water bottle. Oh, Caleisha, funny. So Caleisha gave me this water bottle. It has a llama on it, and it's so cute. And it got used on the way home from Orlando to catch the water that was dripping in the car through the rainstorm. Some people were pulled over. I was not going to pull over because, like, I grew up driving far to everywhere, like 30 minutes to everywhere. So I've had a lot of experience driving. People in St. Pete and Tampa like don't have that kind of experience. You don't drive very far really. So I like wasn't, I mean, I was like obviously like a little tense and paying attention, but I was not freaking out at all. I was just like, dang, this is some rain. And then the stupid people on the interstate who have their flashers on when it rains, I want to run those people off the road. It's the only thing that gives me road rage, I think, is when people have their flashers on when it's raining. And people think that it's making you more visible because it's flashing. But the problem is, a lot of times, the flashers are the same as your brake lights. And when you're flashing, that means it goes off. And if you were to stop or to skid or to hydroplane or anything, literally someone could just run into you because your car is not in the same spot that it was before. Like, it's so dangerous. This is my PSA. It's actually illegal in Florida to drive in the rain with your flashers on. Nobody seems to care, but if you are driving in a rainstorm, do not turn your flashers on, okay? You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit by a car. So, I did not hit a car. My passenger was like, oh, we just follow the brake lights of the car in front of you. And I was like, no, this is also bad. And I'm sure this is the same if you're up north in the snow, right? You don't follow the brake lights of the car in front of you. If you can help it, you follow the reflectors on the road because the reflectors are in a straight line and the brake lights could be veering off the road. You won't be able to tell if you're following them, especially if it's dark. It was dark and raining. So like if someone's like, and they aren't staying in their lane and you're following the brake lights, like you could get in an accident. So as long as you can see the reflectors or like the white line or something, you're okay. Anyways, this drama on the way home, but we made it home safely with my one skein of yarn in tow. And also, I got to see Ronnie and she gave me a baby present for the baby. So I have to show it to you. She made a contribution to the diaper fund, which I deeply appreciate. She also gave me, I have to wash these, but I'm gonna put it away so that Nova can wear it. It says big sister, and then this one says little brother. It's so cute. I have successfully hid this from Nova the whole time. In fact, I'm going to keep hiding it because she's going to want to wear it immediately. But we must save it. Those are so adorable. And the other thing that was in the bag, a bottle of Aveeno baby shampoo and wash. This is what we've been using on Nova since she was born because her skin is so sensitive. I don't know if this baby's skin will be sensitive, but why risk it? Nova's skin was so sensitive, Josiah had to stop using his beard face stuff because it made her break out. So that stuff is a treasure. There's also a bag of really lovely bibs in like autumnal fall colors, which is perfect because the baby will be born in the fall. And if it spits up anything like Nova, woof, that we're gonna be going through a lot of bibs. So there's those bibs. There was some new baby washcloths, which I am delighted about because we've been using the same washcloths on Nova for 2.5 years and they're a bit worn out. So the new baby gets new washcloths. And then the thing that is the cutest, the little tiny infant pacifier. This green one, that was Nova's first pacifier ever. It was actually the only thing, because she had such horrible tummy issues, that would calm her down. And we didn't start using pacifier until I want to say about a week and a half in. And I wish I'd started using it sooner because it made such a difference. These are so cute. So cute. And you may be like, why would you need more pacifiers? Just use the ones from Nova. I do have the ones from Nova. However, you should not share pacifiers between babies because they can get like micro tears in the plastic and get bacteria, and especially on a newborn, you don't really want that. So always best to replace, for a new baby, your pacifiers and your bottle nibbles. You can use the same bottles, but replace the bottle nipples for the babies. So thank you, Ronnie. It was lovely to spend the day with you. And it was just, those are so cute. And then I also got a beautiful set of clothes for this baby from Patty Crochets. Hi Patty Crochets. Thank you so much for sending this. Some onesies in the 12-month size. And they're, I don't know why I love stripes so much, but I do. I love them. This is going to be one fabulous baby. Especially because when he's 12 months old, it's going to be fall again. And are these not the best things to wear for fall? This is my favorite one. Thank you so much. I love it. I really love them. I just want to nest. I want to organize all the things, but I can't. I have no place to put them. So they're all just like collecting in the little stash in the closet right now. But that's okay. It's okay. So yeah, that's all. Oh my gosh, it's been 20 minutes and they're not back. I should end this podcast. I deeply apologize that you will not hear Nova's goodbye song. But it is almost nap time, so the likelihood that she would sing it, very slim, honestly. So I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for being part of this podcast. Thank you for being part of my world. And thank you for supporting us and our family. And I just love all of you so much. I'm so delighted with this sweater. I hope I'll have more crochet content for you in 2 weeks when I come back. But honestly, it just depends on this pregnancy. Like, even doing this hurts. I'm just achy, sore all over. Pregnancy. So yeah, I will see you next time. Until then, happy crafting. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you're in the US, what are you doing for July 4th? That's next weekend. What kind of plans do you have? What projects are you excited to work on? And I will see you next time. Bye.